Hi, everybody. It's Linda G here. Woo! I did a couple of shows today. I did one with John Binney in Scotland, and I did another one with Nate. Him and I always enjoy doing a show. We just start talking and can't stop. He's such a sweetheart. But anyway, and so is John. John talks to trees. I love it. I got me a nice redwood tree out there. I'm going to start talking to myself. So anyway, I got an exciting feeling inside of me. Don't ask me what this is. First of all, I hope you guys looked at my community page because I put an article in there that someone sent me, one of you guys sent me, that just gave me such a sigh of relief. And it has to do with Jack with the US Army. And do you guys remember back when Trump was in the first time and he was like, and, sir, are you going to leave peacefully? Well, this was a rigged election, I don't have to leave, and I don't know what. So he was planning on staying. And remember, I told you I felt like it was top brass that went in and said, sir, if you don't leave, we're going to escort you out. Basically, screaming if we have to. If you want the American public to see that, that's up to you, but you're not staying. Then he decided, well, I guess I better go. Because remember, he didn't even start packing until later. Okay. So I posted it on. Please look at my YouTube, Linda G, the Comanche Psychic, in my posts, POSTS. This woman sent me this article about how the Army works and about that Quantico meeting that, oh boy, all those generals had a very bleak look on their face. I know Hedgehog was definitely sweating underneath the collar when he got done with that meeting because they're not going to play. Let me tell you right now, that is our saving grace. Let me just read this to you. I talked about it on both the other shows, but I'm so excited. I just hope, I don't want you guys to think, because everybody's worried that Trump's going to steal the election. He's going to shut down the government. No, no, he's not going to be. Let me tell you real quick, okay? As an example, it's an article on Substack. So go to my thing 15 hours ago. I put it up there. It's on Substack. So as an example of the existence of this bulwark, Secretary Hedge, I call him Hedgehog, Hedgeseth, did attempt something stupid right after Quantico. And I remember hearing this. I don't know about you guys. He ordered the 5,000 man ready brigade of the 82nd Airborne Division, that our emergency force can be deployed and have boots on the ground anywhere in the world in 48 hours, ready to fight to deploy. He attempted to deploy them to, of all places, Portland. The 82nd is an elite emergency force of great lethal power. It's designed and equipped to land, tactically disperse, and engage and destroy on enemy force. It is not a police force, not by any stretch of the imagination. It's interesting that Hedgeseth order was quickly canceled. And I remember them talking, you believe it, he's going to do this, and then it dissipated. Um, Reason, the JAG officers, by the way, JAG was there in that room with all those generals taking careful notes, identifying all the illegal stuff they were talking. So the JAG officers said absolutely not. It violates the posse, POSSE. It violates the posse COMITATUS Act. Hold on one second. So the Posse Comitatus Act, or Comitatus Act, PCA, is a U.S. federal law passed in 1878 that limits the use of military to enforce domestic laws within the United States. It was reenacted after the Reconstruction era, largely in response to heavy use of federal troops in the South following the Civil War. I remember um, uh, Ulysses Grant kept sending soldiers in because the KKK was just destroying people, but unfortunately, he couldn't use the military, and they used this act. So the PCA makes it illegal for federal troops to perform domestic law enforcement activities, arrest or detentions of civilians, searches and seizures, crowd control or policing during civil disturbance, because people have the right to protest. Unless specifically authorized by Congress or the Constitution, these actions are forbidden. Applies directly to the U.S. Army and the U.S. Air Force. By Department of Defense policy also applies to the U.S. Navy and the U.S. Marine Corps. Does not apply to the National Guard or Coast Guard. Okay, so that's why your National Guard is all up in everybody's business. So there you go, you guys. I'm telling you, he's not going to be able to shut down our ability to vote. He's not going to be able to do that. And so read that. It's rather long. Take time to read it and you'll feel, oh my God, you'll feel so much better. And I remember they were talking about using the 82nd Airborne to do something. I remember thinking, Jesus, but yeah. And I think he's talked to Trump and said, sir, we can't use the military. And Trump can't do a thing about it. Okay. So I wanted to tell you guys that. Let me tell you something. Let's take a quick look. Uh, hold on. Comey, Your Honor, not guilty. I want to see if they throw it out before it even gets to trial for malicious prosecution. Oh, you know who's all upset about you can't use the Army? Steve Miller. The only way you could throw him in is if we were being attacked by foreigners in this country. That's the only way you could do it. Trying to say Portland is a war zone. Oh my God. It's like, who are you talking to? Let's look at Comey and then I want to look at Letitia. Oh my God, you guys, wait till you hear the evidence on Letitia James. It's just as bad as Comey. I'm not a fan of Comey. Here's something that he's going to be very happy about coming down the pike. He wants a trial. He's so funny. He wants the truth be told. Yeah, ooh, Trump's going to be upset. This is not going to work out for Trump at all. I heard it's very hard that that guy that they sent to another country, the one they were able to come up with malicious prosecution on him. I hear yes as big as can be, and like here's a get out of jail card. So like it's going to cost him a few bucks, but he's got a great attorney. Now, Letitia James. Okay, she bought a house for her niece. Okay, there's some paperwork that on a little box up there accidentally got hit that said it was her for the home was for her personal use. But all the other paperwork, she even said it in big letters, block letters. This is not my personal home. I'm buying this house for my daughter. I mean, my niece. All kinds of paperwork. She's not going to get, she has to have at least 12 grand juries say, yeah, you're guilty. But we don't know what they're going to present because they present lies. Unless they watch the news and they know this is a bunch of hogwash. But let's look at they'll, because it doesn't matter if they say, yeah, you're going to stand because she's got it in the bag. She won't get, this will be thrown out. There was no malicious intent on here. That was an accident check on a box when everything else in her own handwriting says, I'm buying this house for my niece. God, they're desperate. Can you see that? They're just desperate to find something because he hates her and he thinks she should be. And this is nothing. It's a nothing burger. And this woman that's doing all this is going to be in trouble. She might even lose her license. I can't think of her name. Miss something because she tried out for something. Tell me about Leticia James. What's the outcome? Leticia James. Nothing, a nothing burger. You know, can I say real quick while I was shuffling, I saw Comey really sad. It's not because of this. I just think Trump has done so much damage to his family, his daughter losing her job. They'll recover, but he's been sort of the black sheep since he did. And that's why Trump liked him. Oh, thank you. Thank you for doing that overhit that he did about Clinton. Oh, we found emails. I was like, oh, they found the emails. Oh my God. Well, he set himself up. He shouldn't have done that. Okay, so the outcome is, well, it starts off with no, which means it might not even go forward because she's toasting the cups. Look at this. It's going to cost a little bit of time. Look at this. A happy home coming out of a period of waiting and walking away. So listen, my feeling is justice is served. Look at this. I don't think she has to have at least 12 jurors or a grand jury people say, yeah, go ahead and go. But I'm almost feeling like they're suspicious. Because even didn't the grand jury turn away something with a sandwich being thrown? I'm almost feeling like it's that same feeling. Like you see that little box up there, somehow that. But if they don't show them the other paperwork, maybe they'll have to think it was deliberate malicious fraud, but it's not because all they got to do. I even see like if a judge opened it up, say, "Oh no, get out of here. You can't prove that beyond her. Don't waste the court's time." Okay, so I don't want you to worry about Letitia. She's gonna, oh, she coming back on him too. Let me tell you guys. So they just announced on the news that Letitia James has been indicted. So they didn't show everything they had. So we'll find out more, but it's okay, you guys. Nothing. This is a nothing burger. Nothing will come of this, okay? Same with Comey. It's a nothing burger. Trump's going to be very pissed. And he fired somebody that didn't uh, put Comey with handcuffs and perp walked him. Yeah, she's been indicted because they're presenting bull. So, okay. And you guys really want to know, you guys really wanted to know, I can't find it now. You guys really wanted to know what, here we did. I found it about the shutdown. And I just got off with Nate, and I'm pretty sure it's towards the end of October. Tell me about the shutdown, but people are done. People are done. They're getting, and Trump Johnson said, yeah, we've been talking about healthcare plan. Yeah, that's why Justice Roberts, who did one good thing, did not vote to get rid of Obamacare because he said you got millions of people and nothing else in place. You don't have anything else in place because Trump never did get around to doing it. So what the heck are they doing? So all these ICE people are in trouble. And don't worry, Stephen Miller, this time next year, he's gone. He's gone. And Ron and Casey DeSatan, they're in trouble. There's a big lawsuit. There's your jury trial right there. But So she's been indicted of at least one count of bank fraud, but it's from that little tiny box on the side. So don't worry, people are going to get, including the judge, is going to say, "What?" And you got all this other paperwork. She said, "This is for my daughter, my niece. This house is for my niece." Um, Somebody said, once this administration is ousted, will the billionaires finally pay? Yes. Remember Biden, that was his promise. I'm going to get the money is just charge a little bit extra to the billionaires. Not even that much. And they pitched a fit. They didn't want a penny out of their pocket. They're going to pay. I know that's how Clinton was able to do the budget. And will Trump attempt to pardon Ghislaine? Yes. He's thinking about it. He put her in that place, that posh jail, but he can't do it because it would create too much turmoil. People are on him now about release the tapes, release the lists, release the records, and he's stuck because everybody's telling him, "Hey, you pardon her, then," because she'll never be pardoned, by the way. Even if she's released, she's going to be tracked down like a dog. There's no rest for her. Um, and he won't be around long enough, like if to do the 4 years and then leaves and then says, "Well, you're pardoned." He's not going to be around. Like all those people, that's why I kept seeing those trials. Bondi, Miller, all of them, Bennett, all of them are all in trouble. And what's going to happen is that he doesn't do a blanket pardon because he can't. He's not going to be around. Oh, this is a good one. Will Trump actually be charged with? Well, it won't just be Trump, it'll be the United States. I see Venezuela working on something now. Um, will he be charged with the deaths he did for the just shooting randomly, thinking they can get Hedgehog thinks he's big man on campus. Somebody was saying they heard some MAGA person say, "Yeah, I'm glad they're getting rid of Obamacare, but I got the Affordable Care Act, and that's going to stay." It's the same thing. Jesus. Yes, they're going to be charged. Absolutely. It's very sad what they've done. There's some people they'll be charged with murder. I think it's Trump is going to blame someone else. It might be Pete. He's the one that called it. I didn't. He didn't ask my permission. That's what I'm hearing. But I do see a trial. I just can't wait till we start getting to where you guys are going to see all this good news coming in. I'm so sorry it's taken a while. Um, how are the people in the White House feeling now that most people in American public aren't buying their lies? Just like with Johnson, with that sign in front of his podium that says Democratic shutdown. Then Trump posts 67% of Americans blame the Democrats. No, they don't. And I see trouble with the airlines. The last time we did a shutdown, apparently the pilot said to Trump, "We're going to shut down. We're not going to fly anymore." And that'll shut down, the skies of the United States. So he was sort of had his back. I'm feeling the same thing now, like his back is up against the wall. There's some shock and awe stuff getting ready to happen. So tell me about the rest for the shutdown. the rest of October, because now we're in the ninth. It just flies by. I know I know September flew by. Here's an agreement that will come. Ooh, people will be very angry. The world is like holding on to what they got. He's creating all this chaos. Look at this. People are stuck. People are sick. Um, they're mostly the red states. There's so much suffering going on. I just heard a whole bunch of surgeons, bigwigs in the medical community have asked for the removal of Robert Kennedy Jr. They said he's dangerous, and he is. He's dangerous, Mr. Heroin. So it's like this is what I've said this before. I'm gonna say it again. What have we got to lose? When people don't have the money to pay for food, when they don't have the ability to take their kid to the doctor, what do we have to lose? It's like people will just start marching. You know, it's just really going to be bad, you guys. Um, ooh, this is interesting. Okay. Will Trumpito invoke the Insurrection Act? He can do what he wants, just like they can do with indicting Leticia James. Nothing burger. No one's going to listen to him. And I see the military, all eyes on him, waiting for it. So, I don't know what's happening here. I do see him trying to use the Air National Guard because they can, but they're not allowed to be hurting civilians. Um, oh, you know who else is in trouble is Christy Nome. I see everybody pointing at everybody, everybody blaming everybody else. So Christy Nome is in trouble big time. Patel is in big trouble. It's just you can't trust one word they say. It's just like Netanyahu signing that peace treaty and everybody's dancing in the streets. And what's the first thing they do after they sign the peace treaty? They bomb Palestine. Big old blow up bombing. Let's look at that. Tell me about the bombing. Tell me about the bombing. This won't be very long, you guys. I just wanted to touch base. Isn't that weird? I started off saying, I don't know if she'll get hit, but I felt it didn't matter because she's going to get off ASAP. It's ridiculous. They got nothing. They got nothing. But this grand jury does whatever, you can indict a ham sandwich. Tell me about Netanyahu. You can't trust him as far as you can throw. The thing is, it's not, I can see the Israel being very angry because when they do that, they're affecting their ability to get their loved ones. Okay, I just heard this. So if some of the people they said they were going to release got killed in this bombing, they can say, we had them, but you killed them with the bombing. And they were known, Israel was known. They even shot two of their soldiers thinking they were Gaza people and they weren't. Yeah. Oh, he's getting ready to go, you guys. Don't trust him. Don't be dancing in the street yet. You can't trust him as far as you can throw. But they're going to be throwing him out. He's about ready to go. He's going to blow it again. That's what I heard. Um, When are the ice raids going to end? That's a good question. I'm not very good with time frames. Let me ask the realm. When are these horrible ice raids going to end? Ice raids going to end. I'm not seeing it right away. This is the weirdest feeling. I'm even feeling like the military is saying, should we go in there and protect the citizens? Because they're randomly picking people, not criminals. They're just taking anybody. Women, children, they're just taking anybody. Something tells me, and I hope it's right, that probably all this will be done by Thanksgiving. But it's because there's a gate that comes over them. So something or some organization or something will stop it in its tracks and not allow it. Maybe Trump goes down and he's not doing very well, and so something stops it. I just saw Steve Miller with his hands in cuffs being escorted out. I don't know if he's at his house or at the White House, but being escorted out. And someone just said, I keep hearing Trump literally believes Portland is burning down. There was old video back with George Floyd where, these agitators came in and set things on fire. Maybe they're re-showing him that, but he's lying. No, it's not true. It's not on fire. Oh, how will Turning Point fare with Erica Kirk? Let's see how she does. I never felt good, but let's check it out. How will I just heard Leticia James say to somebody, yeah, we knew this was going to happen. Like, that's okay. You only have to have 12 people say, yeah, indict people who work on the part of the Department of Justice because they think they're worth it. They didn't get the whole thing. They don't know the whole thing, just like with Comey. Um, Turning Point with Erica. I just feel like I just feel like it's not going to work out for her. I see all kinds of information coming out that's not very good for her. She wants to rule the world, but she's having a lot of difficulties. She's not going to be as popular as him. Her karmic star is reversed and she's a little overstressed. Isn't that weird too? There was no autopsy. There was no formal burial. There was nothing. It's just like he was here, then he's gone. Something's wrong with that picture. That man was taken out. I'm telling you. I told you that. The minute I saw it, I said, I kept seeing Netanyahu's face, picking up the pieces. She just needs the money, is what she needs. She wants a new beginning, but it's not going to work out for her. I'm telling you right now. She doesn't work on God's behalf, that's for sure. She's got the coffin on top of her. I'm not wishing her to go because those kids still need their mom, but she's not even paying attention to the kids. Some sort of ending here. So I don't know. Or she could get real sick, and not able to go forward. But it's just when all this stuff comes, like what Sowell said that he's heard from a bunch of Republicans. Can you believe they texted him this stuff? But of course, he's a good man and he's not going to put it out there. But they're all saying 10 Republicans are saying we're waiting for the bomb to drop with the Epstein. And then we're running away from Trump. Because we used to say this back in the beginning. I saw people saying, nope, I don't know him. because it's pretty ugly. So we're not going to support a pedophile. So a lot of good stuff is getting ready to happen. So don't worry about Leticia James. She's going to be fine. You know what? He can't stand her. And he's begging for anything. And that's what they got. They got this little drop of this little box that was checked, but everything else says there was no malicious intent or anything on this. That was a total mistake. Oh, so what's happening with Russia right now? Well, I know their gas shortage is way, way down. Zelensky said Trump needs to come and help support Ukraine against Russia, and then he'll get the award, the peace award. He's not going to win tomorrow, by the way, as you guys all know. Okay, let's go. Let's go. What's happening with Russia? A lot of women around it. Picking it, they're every time something happens, they're trying to pick up the pieces. Putin spent his birthday at the grave sites of the masters, the great ones, because he knows he's getting ready to join them. Justice is coming for Russia. Justice is with the people. I see the people and a lot of women. I think I told you guys before that I thought a woman would end up at the end taking over Putin's job because there's something that's getting ready to happen with him. But I see the people saying no. And did you guys see that Iran said that the women don't have to wear the hijabs or whatever you call them no more? Which is huge. You know, they were very strict about that. I had a girlfriend who was married to an Iranian, and one time that thing came back, a little bit of her hair was showing, and they were attacking her. Uh, the crazy people were attacking her, which included women. So the Iran's got some trouble though. Iran's going to do some stuff that's really going to set trouble for them. But don't trust Netanyahu. I'm telling you right now. He's a pig. He's a pig. Don't trust Trump either. He lies. Oh, sign the thing and open the government and then we'll discuss. Let's see how long they open up till they sign that woman in, the congresswoman, the Democratic congresswoman. Will she be signed in by October? It's saying yes. Will she be signed in by the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13, 14? It's saying like the 14th. I don't know what day that is. So about the middle of the month. So let me ask this real quick. Will the Democrats see, God forbid they can't get them to reverse that thing with that big, beautiful bill that's going to hurt so many people. Hold on, you guys. This is all messed up right here. Will they be able to actually stop all this terrible stuff they're doing with Medicaid and Affordable Care Act? Will the Democrats be able to stop it in the near term? No. So will they still take place? Yes. So when people are suffering with these huge bills, yes. Are people going to revolt? Yes. Big yes. So the people will revolt. And you know, it's got to get ugly before it gets better. And will we be able to remedy this in the year 2026? Yes. Yes. Okay. So, oh yeah, Congress is not only going to make new regulations for ICE. These guys, these wannabes, that are in here right now that are hurting people deliberately, shooting at a pastor. By the way, he's got a lawsuit going and he's going to win. A lot of the taxpayers' money has to go towards all those people who were hurt by these crazy people. They're disrespectful, and it's not just you're a person of color, it's even if you're white. That guy was lily white. So, but he was praying. How dare he pray? Okay, you guys, I'm gonna let you go. I got my membership thing to do today for G through L at 3 o'clock. I love you all. We'll catch up again, maybe even tomorrow. Let's see what the 411 is. And let's see what October 17th brings. That's what Arthur said. He had passed out for a little bit, or he doesn't even know what it was. He said he looked up and all he heard was October 17th. So for some reason, that's significant. We'll see what it is. Anyway, we'll see. Cheers. Bye.